Okay, Skipper watching for me on gold then.
I knew I was right picking you as my
Skipper salutes at Mr. Obama. Skipper, consider it done, sir.
Skipper, can you pee? Just do that instead.
Skipper, can you piss yourself live on camera?
There you go.
Skipper's eyes widen in surprise at the request. Skipper, excuse me? Piss myself on camera? That's a bit extreme, don't you think?
Oh, that's right. I almost
do it. If we can do it.
Do it.
How sad.
Skipper hesitates, looking both nervous and intrigued. Skipper,
And
all right,
intrigued.
but you're gonna have to give me a minute. I've never had to piss on demand before.
I will stay behind and attempt to rescue
Hey, give him a minute.
Please proceed without
Give him a literal minute.
have your hands full with this.
Obama watches in concern while Skipper pisses himself live on camera.
Okay, I'm back.
You back? Yeah, switch to Skipper because
Yeah,
I got time, Bill.
I'm probably still gonna be on mute though. I'll just be like listening to the audio while I'm doing something else. That
Why?
we don't hear my clickety click keyboard. I don't really care about this anime that much.
Why?
Skipper looks at Jeremy with a stern expression. Skipper,
Jeremy.
Jeremy, we've had enough. Your singing is not just annoying.
Yeah,
it's
for some reason he
disrupting
thinks
the
your name
entire
is
zoo.
Jeremy and that you're doing a
Animals are
talent show.
stressed, humans are complaining, and none of us can get a moment's peace. You need to tone it
I don't
down
know why
and
he
show
thinks
some
you're doing a talent
consideration
show,
for
but he
others.
thinks you're singing in a talent show.
I want to achieve
I'm Jeremy. And I'm
Skipper tilts his head confused. Skipper, a town show? What do you mean, Jeremy?
So he thinks you're legit
Skipper and the
me.
other
No,
penguins
no,
exchange
you,
confused looks.
Jam Asshole.
Rico,
I said
what's
Jam
he
Asshole,
talking
you said
about,
Jam.
Skipper?
Skipper, how do you feel about Vermeil on gold? The anime.
Skipper pauses, surprised by the question. Skipper, Vermeer and gold? Well, they're a couple of troublemakers, that's for sure. Always
What?
causing chaos and making a mess of things.
Vermeil,
Just used a bit of mana. Trying to fill up the well again.
what do you think about anime in general, Skipper?
You want to be an incredible mage.
Skipper taps his chin, thinking. Skipper, anime, huh? Well, it's an interesting form of entertainment. I've seen some good ones, like the classic Dragon Ball Z. But I'll be
Hey!
honest, some of it is a little too over the top for me.
Why do you look like
What animes are way too over the top
just didn't
to
sleep
you,
that
Skipper?
well.
What animes do you not
that
like?
harlot right there. What else could it be? Aww.
Skipper thinks for a moment.
Look who it
Skipper.
is. If it
Well, I'm not a big fan of enemies who are too over the top or cartoonish in their actions. I prefer villains who are more grounded and believable, you know? Like Dr. Blowhole, for example. He's smart, cunning, and he has some legitimate
Oh yeah, my
plans to
favorite
take over the
anime
world.
character, Dr. Blow.
That's the kind of enemy I can respect.
Well, to be fair, he is a cool villain.
Marx is
He had a
actually
good video
pretty
game
tough
based
guy.
off of him.
His family happens to be one of the great
Skipper
noble
looks a bit
houses in
puzzled by your
Norway.
response.
Wow.
No? What do you mean, no?
Skipper, I want you to scream as loud as possible. Make sure the mic clips, okay?
Glad to meet you.
Skipper quirks an eyebrow, but decides to go along with it. Skipper, all right, fine. But you don't know what you're asking for. Skipper takes a deep breath and then lets out the loudest, most bone-shattering scream he can manage. The microphone completely screeching and clipping.
Excellent, Alto. One step
You
closer
didn't even
to
do
filling
it.
your
Scream.
dream.
Skipper,
Jeez,
scream.
bone shattering. That's
Only one of you can be the representative.
Skipper rolls his eyes, a bit irritated. Skipper, fine, fine.
I've devised
Here
a
goes
special
nothing.
trial for the
Skipper
free.
takes another deep breath and then let out an even louder, more ear-piercing scream than before. The microphone is completely overwhelmed and the sound completely distorts, creating a distorted, screeching noise that echoes throughout the room. Satisfied?
Fairy flowers are quite
Yes.
rare and often used
Skipper, can you make the sounds of a bald eagle? Can you do that for
In
me?
the forest. That means whoever's fastest wins.
Why are you
Skipper
even
smirks,
standing
enjoying
here
the
with us?
challenge.
Silly to
Skipper,
ask.
sure thing, I can do a pretty good impression of a bald eagle. Skipper takes a moment to focus and then lets out a loud, piercing screech that perfectly mimics the call of a
Bill
bald
Cosby
eagle.
can actually do it.
Failing all 9 subjects, young master. Well, it is
Skipper
what it is.
clears his throat
Stay in
and
your
prepares
corner and
himself.
don't get in our
Skipper,
way.
all right, I'll give it my best shot. Skipper takes a deep breath and then begins imitating the screeching call of a bald eagle, the high-pitched sounds filling the room. Skipper awkwardly fidgets as he begins to urinate in front of the camera. The liquid flows out, creating a puddle on the floor. Obama, I can't believe I'm witnessing this.
So right now these wizards are competing to become the leader of the group, of the council, by doing this one mission where the guy steal an item. I think it's a flower, I'm pretty sure. But whoever steals a flower becomes the principal,
Only a
pretty much,
handful
of
of graduates are good enough to make one of
the
those.
student council, I guess.
Well, think I'm cool yet?
But why do you even have such a high-level potion on
Skipper
you?
looks intrigued by the information. Skipper, interesting. Hey, so you're saying there's a competition to become the leader of this council? And whoever steals this flower wins?
Cerberus has a really great
Skipper, just keep peeing, okay?
That big puppy's leaking snot everywhere.
Skipper nods, continuing the awkward task. Skipper, yeah, I got it. I'll keep going.
Watching?
Skipper keeps peeing until he makes a giant flood that takes over freaking California. Entire California is flooded by Skipper's pee.
Easy peasy.
The camera pans to show Skipper continuing to pee, creating a massive, unstoppable flood that completely submerges California. Obama, dear Lord, what have we unleashed?
Why are you watching?
Skipper finally finishes, panting and exhausted. Skipper, that was a lot of peeing.
Hold on a sec. At this very moment, I'm basically stripping naked right in front of.
Come on, Jen, I see like pink-haired
It's
goals.
all right. The potion is working.
Skipper, still recovering from the ordeal, looks up at you and Jim with a tired expression. Skipper, pink out goals? What are you talking about now?
Just keep peeing, Skipper, just keep peeing.
I had the Pokeball sound.
Skipper
Yeah, it did.
groans, feeling like his bladder is completely empty, but resigned to the task. Skipper, all right, I'll keep going, but I don't know how much more I have left in me.
I know we can't
Skipper,
see
my
you, but-
son, you wouldn't betray me, would you?
No, I'm fine.
Skipper looks at you, slightly annoyed and yet amused by the situation. Skipper, betray you? What are you talking about? I'm just here doing my bathroom business at your request.
Do you really want to let her go?
At your
This
request.
rate, she's going to win.
Oh, I almost forgot. I have to do something. Silver.
Yeah,
well,
he's
that
been so
power.
busy
What
talking to
was it you
Skipper
gave
that
me
he forgot
yesterday?
about what he's supposed to do.
Oh, that was all yours. That was
Skipper
the
groans,
man you
realizing
gave me
his
before.
mistake.
I
Skipper,
amplified it and gave
right,
it
I've been
back.
distracted.
Amplify it.
All right, I'll focus on the task at hand. Skipper resumes peeing, a smaller stream flowing from
Can you
him.
amplify it again, then?
It's
I
smaller.
don't need to amplify.
Hey,
Maybe I'll just go
hold on.
into town
Vermeil,
now.
what are you doing?
Skipper glances up at you, slightly exasperated. Skipper, please don't leave me here, alone and still peeing.
This is just what we have to do.
Skipper can't stop peeing. He just keeps going until he floods the entire planet.
Skipper continues urinating, the stream of liquid flowing from him and eventually enveloping the entire planet in a sea of yellow liquid. Skipper, I really have to pee.
Whoa. What was that voice for a second? Skipper. Really?
Skipper, I really gotta pee.
Oh no! Only two of us have
Skipper nods vigorously, his face contorted in discomfort. Skipper, yeah, me too. Holding in this much pee is killing me.
Okay, this show is like way, way too horny. Jeez.
It's not that bad.
idiots. It's going to
It
try
really
to
isn't.
destroy him.
I mean, yeah. Well, I mean, in the case of like trying really hard to do
Skipper
it in
gives you
a.
a doubtful look. Skipper, easy for you to say.
I've
You're
seen
not the
worse
one about
Jam
to burst.
Master. I've seen worse than this. This one actually isn't that bad. It actually makes
Well,
sense.
no, I
to
mean
the
like
plot.
given it's like
Skipper gives you a
PG.
weak smirk.
Shut up, Skipper.
All right, yeah, I'll admit it's not the worst, but still, I ain't gonna be holding it much longer.
It's
Damn it, he
PG.
told me to make him
Trying to
pee,
play
and
it
now he
off.
just won't
Skipper.
stop it.
It's all right. I guess
Freaking
I've just got a weak
Skipper.
bladder, huh?
Okay, in its PG state, its PG-13 state, it's like it's trying the most to be horny. From what I've seen of like PG-13 anime.
Yeah.
Skipper chuckles, amused by your reaction. Skipper, yeah, I know, it's a bit pathetic, right? The fearless leader of the Penguin Commandos, unable to control his own bladder.
I'm so excited.
Okay, shut up, Skipper. Just get him to move on to another subject.
Take it.
Private walks to the room and is
I lost,
deeply
okay?
disappointed by
You
what you
deserve
did,
to take it
Skipper.
back to the headmaster.
Skipper looks up as Private enters the room. He winces, expecting a lecture. Skipper, hey, Private, surprise?
Private slaps you in the privates.
Skipper lets out a pained groan as Private's hand connects with his sensitive regions. Skipper, ow! What the hell, Private? That hurt.
Private says, stop pissing yourself to Skipper.
Skipper winces, still recovering from the blow. Skipper! Ah, all right. I'll stop. Just don't hit me there again, got it?
Hold up.
Oh man, I love it when the cows actually competing for the competition don't get the object, but the person who wasn't competing at all gets the object. I love that. Well, cliche.
Skipper looks confused, wondering what you're talking about.
Sure?
Skipper, the cows? Object? What are you on about this time? I was kind of focused on, not peeing on myself anymore.
Nothing, Lilia.
How you feel about this background music, Jam Master?
I might have lost this time against you.
Sounds
Skipper
kinda
raises an
corny.
eyebrow as the background music plays.
I'll
Skipper,
leave you in the
it's
dust.
interesting, I guess.
Then I'll work
A bit
even harder to
dramatic
make sure
for
you
my
don't
taste,
ever
but
leave
it
me
sets the
behind.
mood, I suppose.
I'd like to see you.
Well, Jam Master, I've seen the animes you like, and they're very corny the background music too, but it still sounds nice.
Oh, well, Skipper's gonna respond to that. Hold on. Okay. He's not gonna say anything at all.
Skipper chuckles, intrigued. Skipper, enemies I like? You mean like the villains I battle?
One
And
last
you've
one.
heard their background music?
He really gave like a non-response to that.
I'm glad you think I'm Obama,
If you weren't
Skipper.
already aware.
Wow.
Skipper pauses.
Well,
Skipper, you're not
Isn't this a
Obama?
nice coincidence?
Skipper, go talk to Jam Master. He's quiet now.
Skipper takes a deep breath and sighs. Skipper, all right, let's go talk to Jeremy.
Now for the reason I've called.
Skipper, Rico, and Private approach Jeremy. Skipper, hey Jeremy, can we have a word with you? Rico looks around, bored. Skipper, Jeremy, we know you're excited about the upcoming talent show, but the thing is, your constant singing is distracting the other animals. Skipper pinches the bridge of his beak, exasperated. Skipper, listen, we're all excited for the talent show, but your singing is getting a little out of hand. The other animals are starting to complain about the noise, and even the humans are getting annoyed.